You know about El Nino? Did you hear about El Nino? It's a phenomenon. So because of that, the heat in the Pacific Ocean has gone up. Due to that, world is going to face very bad monsoon this year. I'm getting connected to
Oh,
this SQL Express 2008. So we had in the 2009 and 2000 last year also 2014 we had El Nino effect. This year also again we had the effect.
oh, okay.
Your voice is breaking once a little bit. I don't know. Your voice is breaking. So
Connect,
yesterday,
connect.
yes, yesterday we started working with the retailer bill in DB. We saw tables in this. First of all, we identified the entities as category entity. Then similarly, we identified product entity. Then one more entity what we found was it is customer entity. Then sale entity and one more is item sale entity. Like this, we identified four different types of entities here. Category entity, product entity, customer entity, sale entity, item sale entity. As far as category entity is concerned, we have like cat ID. The next thing is cat name. We saw cat level in this. Then other one is here super cat ID. We had a relation between the cat ID and super cat ID, primary key foreign key relationship we had. Yesterday we created category table. Now when it is product table, we have like this. Product ID we can put followed by this product name. Then this is cat ID for this. Price of the product we need to put here. Like this we require here a new table called as product table. And as far as customer is concerned, we can have like this a cust ID followed by cust name. Then here it is we have contact number. Then other thing can be here address. So like this we require information related to customer. Then here if sale, in the case of sale, we take it sale ID, date of sale. Okay, date of sale we had, then amount we keep here. Like this we created a sale table. So similar to this, one more table we had here. This is item sale ID. Then this is here product ID, what product it is, then quantities how much, followed by here we require sale ID. Like this we require, and one more thing is here date of sale. So date of sale is not required here, the sale ID is enough because in the sale table we have that. So sale and item sale we are going to link together, and customer also is part of the sale here. Customer ID we can keep. Okay, so sale table if you take, it has a relationship with the customer table, and item sale is having a relationship with the sale as well as with product. Okay, so product is having a relation with the category. Like this, we can create the we can create few entities for them. Appropriate tables we create in the SQL Server database. Then through the code, we are going to manipulate it. With the help of the ADO.NET, we'll be doing it. So ActiveX data objects.NET, with the help of that, we get connected with the underlying database there. So first of all, in the SQL Server, we are making these tables: category table, product table, customer table, sale table, item sale table. These we are going to make. Now come to, this is what exactly. First of all, we had a table called as category table with these columns: a cat ID, a cat name, a cat level, super cat ID. Like this, we had here 4 columns. Cat ID is a column, cat name is a column, cat level is a column, super cat ID is also nothing but a column. Let us describe the table here. So once again, see this, the structure of the table. Go to design. So it is showing us cat ID int, cat name varchar of 100, cat level is int, super cat ID int. So for cat name, it's a must. We must make mandatory. Should not allow any null value. Cat level can accept null values. Super cat ID also can be accepting null values. Like that, we make it. Do we have any data in this? So let us try to see whether we have any data in this or not. Select top 1000 rows. We did not keep any data so far. Therefore, let us try to modify this slightly. Cat ID should be coming automatically for us. The values for the cat ID we need to enter automatically. So for that purpose, we make it as identity element. Go to identity specification, is identity. We make this as yes. We make it yes, and we can take a seed value for identity. I take it as 1000. From 1000, the number can be starting 1000, 1001, 1002, 1003. Automatically it gets incremented. This is called as here identity specification. Cat ID is nothing but here now identity element whose start value is how much 1000, and by how much it increments every time by 1 it's going to be incrementing. So like this, here we have the cat ID. Cat ID is going to be in fact an identity element here. We make it as an identity element. Identity element can take values automatically. We need not insert data for that. We should not insert. Automatically the values are taken by the SQL Server itself. Initial value is 1000 and subsequent values are going to be 1001, 1002, 1003. So this way the values can be inserted into the given category table. Cat ID is a column, cat name is a column, cat level is a column, super cat ID is another column. Cat ID can accept integer values, cat name can be accepting varchar data, cat level can take actually here 0 or whatever you enter, it can take there, and super cat ID is one more column. This is, it refers actually cat ID. Like this, yesterday we defined the table. So here you have a self-reference. Super cat ID is going to refer the cat ID. Like this, a table we have created. The table name is here TBL category, which is going to cater the needs of the categories. Different categories we can create and we can put into this particular database table. Into category table we can put. And in this cat ID is automatic entry. We never enter data into this. Automatically data is going to be inserted into cat ID column. Similarly, when we look at cat name, we need to enter cat name. Other thing is what here, cat level. Cat level, when you don't enter, it takes default value 0. So when you enter, that value can be taken. That value is going to be taken. But here we need to write a trigger for the cat level. Triggers are nothing but they are also stored procedures. They are a special kind of stored procedures. Automatically they get fired. So I can write a trigger for cat level. When you enter something in the incorrect fashion, automatically it's going to be correcting data for us. So cat ID, cat name, cat level, super cat ID. Like this, we have here 4 columns. Cat ID is integer data, cat name is varchar, cat level is integer, super cat ID is also going to be integer. So this table we created, and here super cat ID can refer the cat ID always. It can refer cat ID, and this column can be missing a value. This column can have a missing value, a null value is available. But whenever you enter any data, the data must be belonging in the other rows of the cat ID. Whatever value you enter here, it must be available in other rows in the cat ID. That data only can be accepted. This is giving us actually referential integrity. We have here referential integrity. With the help of the data types and with the help of constraints, we have domain integrity. And with the help of this, what is happening? You have the referential integrity. Referential integrity meaning is you can create here a subcategory based on the existing category. If you try to create a subcategory, I mean of a category which is not existing us, which is not existing with us, it's meaningless. Whenever you create a subcategory, it must be one of the existing categories subcategory only. If you try to create a subcategory whose main category is not existing, there is no point. So like this is called as here referential integrity. We have a feature called as referential integrity. With help of the primary key, foreign key, we can achieve it. So one is what? Domain integrity. Second thing is here referential integrity. Domain integrity we can achieve with the help of the data types, data type constraints and data types. With the help of that domain integrity we can achieve. And to achieve the referential integrity, we can use primary key, foreign key relationships. With the help of that, we can maintain the referential integrity. So database integrity, it can be domain integrity, and other one is referential integrity. So with the help of the primary key, foreign key relationships, we can maintain here referential integrity. So whereas with the help of the constraints and with the help of the data types, we can maintain the domain integrity there. So allowed values only can be taken into consideration. So the values which are not allowed will not be taken into consideration. So like that, we can maintain here integrity of the database. So cat ID, integer type of data, which comes automatically in this. Cat name, we can enter up to 100 characters. Cat level, when you miss any value, it takes 0. Otherwise, we can enter. Super cat ID, when you take, it can take an integer value. It can accept even null value also. So whenever a super cat ID is available, it must be one of the cat IDs in the other rows of the given table. So this is giving us actually referential integrity constraint. We have here primary key, foreign key relationship. Primary key table is same category table. Even foreign key table is also going to be same table. Like that, this is called as self-referencing table. The table is referring itself. This is called as here self-referencing. So like this, here you have the category table. So using category table, we maintain information related to category in this. Okay. Now here we need to insert data into this. To insert data into this table, either you can use a plain SQL query or you can be using a procedure. See, the database, we can write small code blocks called as TSQL code blocks. The TSQL code blocks may be a procedure, a function, or it can be a trigger. We can have a procedure, we can have a function, we can have a trigger. Procedure is nothing but a stored procedure which is part of the database. Trigger is also part of the database. Even function can be part of the database. So using procedure, we can insert data here, and with the help of triggers, certain automation we can do. So first of all, let us try to insert data with the help of the plain SQL query from this application. So this application, come to this, it's a new project. It's a console application. In this, DB access for retail billing. DB access for retail billing, we make it like this. So this is going to be database access. Okay, so here I should include the two namespaces. One is using the system.data. Other one is here using system.data.sql client. I can use here two different namespaces here. System.data is required in the case of data set, data table, data rows, data columns, and sometimes you require here different types of data you have to get. In such cases, we can use system.data namespace. In the case of system.data.sql client, when you want to deal with the SQL Server database, you can use here SQL client namespace. There are two things actually, two namespaces are available for us. One is SQL client, other one is OLEDB. By using both of them, you can get connected to databases. In the case of SQL client, you can just get connected to SQL Server, but with OLEDB, you can get connected to any kind of database. You can get connected to any database, Excel, Oracle, SQL Server. It can be any database. You can be getting connected with the help of the OLEDB there. But as far as SQL client is concerned, to get connected with SQL Server, we use SQL client. As far as SQL client is concerned, we have concerned classes in that. One is SQL connection. We have a SQL connection class. With the help of this, we can open a connection to the underlying database table. Then similarly, we have here SQL command. To execute commands with the database, we use it. Then SQL reader we have here. With the help of SQL data reader, we can read data from the database. This is called as here connected mechanism. As long as you are reading data with the reader, connection cannot be closed. So this is called as here connected mechanism. As long as you are retrieving data, you are reading data, in such cases you cannot close the connection. In contrast to this, we have one other feature called as SQL data adapter. SQL data adapter. With the help of this, at one time only, you can be retrieving data and you can put into either data set or data table. That is called as disconnected mechanism. So SQL data reader and SQL data adapter we have. With the help of SQL data adapter, at one time only, you can bring data from the database and you can put in the memory. In memory, you can maintain. In-memory database is called as data set, but with help of the SQL data reader, you can read data, but while you are reading data, the connection with the database you should not lose. That is what exactly connected mechanism. SQL data adapter, whatever it is giving you like data set or data table, they follow disconnected mechanism. There are two different ways of accessing data. One is with the help of the connected mechanism, other one is with the disconnected mechanism. In the case of disconnected mechanism, you are going to maintain data in your local database, in your local system, or in your memory you are going to maintain. That is called as in-memory. It's called as in-memory. A small data set is created inside your memory, your computer memory. So using that, we manipulate data. So there are two ways. One is connected mechanism, other one is disconnected mechanism. When you use SQL data reader, at that time it's called as connected mechanism. When you take SQL data adapter and when you use data set, data table, at that time it's called as here disconnected mechanism. So by using them, we can be manipulating data. The first one is what here? SQL connection. With the help of this, we can open a connection with the underlying database. Once connection is open, you can invoke commands. Commands like selection, then updation, insertion, deletion. Such things you can do with the help of the command object. We have a class called SQL command. With the help of that, you can create a command object. Using command object, you can be invoking their different commands with the database. Similarly, with the help of the SQL data reader, we can fetch data from the database table. Then over the rows, we can iterate. With the help of SQL data reader, you first fetch data into reader. Then one by one row, you can retrieve and you can display, or whatever operation you want to do, you can do with the help of the SQL data reader. And as far as SQL data adapter is concerned, when you want to batch update or when you want to retrieve data like batch, so and when you want to put into some local data set, in such cases you can use SQL data adapter. So these four different classes are available for managing the database. These are the four basic classes. Apart from that, you have other classes also, but these four are very, very important classes in accessing the database. And apart from that, you have like this data set. It is called as a mini database, which is part of the memory. In the RAM, we maintain data table is a table within the data set, and you have here data row. Data row is going to be part of the data table here. Similarly, we have here data column. Data column can be part of the data table again. Just like a normal database it is. Data set is similar to normal database in the SQL Server. Data table is going to be similar to a table in the database. Data row It's nothing but like when you take a table, you find number of rows. The data row can be representing a single row. Data column is going to be the table column. Like that, we can actually compare. These are called as in memory. Within the memory, you are going to maintain data set, data table, data row, data column. How you maintain in the SQL Server database a database that contains tables? In the same way, here you have data sets. It can contain multiple tables. So the tables can be containing multiple rows. Every table you need to define a certain column type, like integer type or we get a string type. Like that you are going to define. So this comes under in-memory database. When you are maintaining database within the memory, that is called as in-memory databases. Further, we use data set, data table, data row, data column. In such cases, it can be quite fast. When we use that, data accessing can be quite fast, but they require more and more memory. There is going to be more demand for the RAM. Particularly when you are working with the internet kind of thing, if you create such objects, for all users, you need to yield data set, data table definitely. You find memory and you don't find enough memory for all of them. So in such cases, normally you must use data reader. But when you work with a client server application, or when you are working in the local area network, or when you work with a standalone application, in such cases, you can use these in-memory databases like data set, data table, data row, data column. Otherwise, in a network or in a web application, if you try to make objects with them, then definitely system runs very, very slow. Be very much careful while choosing those different types of objects. Yes, please.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, technically, are you trying to say that the data set controls the database and the database, the data set controls the data table?
Yes.
And the data table controls the data row and column.
It is basically collection. Data set contains data tables, data table contains data rows contain, data table also contains data column. So every table have column definitions. So in the form of rows, you are going to put data in the data table. It is just like normal database only. When you take SQL Server database, there you have database in the defined tables. In the same way, data set is nothing but collection of data tables.
All right.
And it is going to be the XML format. The format what we have in the in-memory is XML format, and that is called as diffgram. We say it as diffgram format. So it is going to be the XML format. Take a data set, you can save it as XML file. You can take data set, you can save as XML file. You can take a data table, you can save as an XML file. Even from an XML file, you can create data set, you can create data table. Okay, you can either bring from the SQL Server database or from the existing XML file also. Data set can be created, data table can be created. Why we use here adapter? Reason, the data set is going to be in the XML format, universally accepted format, that is. Database may be in any format like Oracle format, SQL Server or MySQL, it may be PostgreSQL, it can be any type of database. So what you do here, using data adapter, we are fetching data and we are putting into the XML format here. So that's why we use here the SQL data adapter. It is adopting actually things. So it's adopting, it is taking particular format and putting into a common format called as XML. Like this we use here data adapter. That's why we use here data adapter. With the help of that, you are making data available with the data set here. Data set is going to be in the XML format. It is not a particular format. It's not going to depend on a particular DBMS format then. It's independent of DBMS. It can be coming from any database. So SQL Server, Oracle, whatever it is, it can take data and it can be put in the XML format. So data set, data table, they are going to be containing data in the form of XML format that we call as diffgram. So the format is called as here diffgram format. So data set format is called as here diffgram. It's as per Microsoft. Microsoft says it as diffgram format. So data set, data table, they contain data using XML mechanism, XML standards. With the help of that, they are created. Okay. So here SQL connection, SQL command, SQL data reader, SQL data adapter. These are a hierarchy of classes. Using them, we can get connected with the physical database. So physically database may be on the disk It may be somewhere in some SQL Server instance. So you can get connected to SQL Server instance. From there, you can retrieve data, you can update data, you can insert data, even you can drop, delete data, or even you can perform here action queries. Need not be always select query. It can be even action queries like insertion, updation, deletion. Even sometimes table you can create. A table can be updated. So all such things you can do with the help of the here SQL connection, SQL command. With the help of these two you can do. Connection is basically meant for establishing a connection with the database, and command is basically meant for executing a command there. Command, with the help of that you can execute command, whereas with the help of SQL connection we can be getting connected to underlying database. To get connected with database we require connection object, and in the case of command we require command object to execute a command. So we put in the command with the command object whatever command you want to invoke, you put that, then you can execute with the help of the SQL command. Now what we do, using these classes we can be getting connected with the underlying database. Very first thing what we do, we open SQL connection, then after that we create SQL command object, then we bind the connection with command. To execute a command you require there some sort of connection. Connection is something like a pipeline or something like a road. When road is open, vehicles can go. In the same way, SQL command can send its commands when the connection is open. When connection is closed, it can't do anything. So once connection is open, what happens here? The SQL command can be sending commands to SQL Server database. So therefore, once connection is open, command can be getting executed. So using now SQL command and SQL connection, we are trying to we insert data into connection into the category. Similarly, we retrieve data from that, we display also. Let us try to do those now. From this application, we do it. This is what exactly class program, then static void main string args. Here we need to make it. So for that purpose, here I write another class. One more class I am going to write, that is class menu handler. I put here menu handler. I am going to write it. It is going to handle the menus here. Class menu handler. It is going to be handling the menu for us. It can handle a menu for us here. Okay, so in the case of menu handler, we write first of all console.clear. I call like this console.clear. With the help of that, whatever we have on the console, it can be cleared there. Yes. So within the class I cannot write any method like that. Within the method only I should write public, then this is static, then this is here int call menu. I can call like this a menu. So from this it should be returning a value for us. Call menu, that is here int choice. Int choice equal to initially keep 0. I can make it as 0 here, then followed by return choice here. Return choice, I am going to return a choice like this, and here within this I can be invoking the first of all return. I am going to invoke the clear. I invoke console dot clean. This is console dot clear. With the help of this, whatever we had in the screen we are going to remove, then followed by here try to print it. Options like 1, 2, 3, 4 we can print like that. So here console dot write line, here put 1, insert data, this is 1, then followed by /n, this is 2, display data, and here put here 3, in the 3 this will be here exit. Like this I can be writing it, and after this I put /n, then here please enter your option 1 through 3 here. Like this we can make it, but this can give error for us. Okay, no. So we try to write this way here. We need to enter 1 through 3 here. After that, we need to read data for it from the keyboard. We need to read data for it from the keyboard here. So just here put try block we put here. In the try block, we put here try block. Then in this, try block and catch exception ex. Okay, in the try block, I just try to read it. Choice equal to, here it is, console dot read line we put, but this must be parsed into integer. Here write int dot parse int. Parse just we take. So using this parse, we try to parse it here. I'm just trying to parse it. So this can convert the entered number into integer. Are you trying to say something? Hello? Is anyone trying to say something? Your voice is breaking for me. I mean, I don't know. So,
Yes.
yes, please.
Sorry. Yeah. No, I'm not saying anything now.
Okay. Because voice is breaking for me here. That's why. Now here, this is what exactly call menu. In the case of call menu, it prints here insert data, display data, then exit. Like this, it is taking. So when you go with the option 1, it can insert data with the help of 2. Display data can be displayed there. With the help of 3, it can be exiting. So we need to select here options 1, 2, 3 here. So this is nothing but call menu. With the help of call menu, we try to do these things here. Okay, so this can be returning a value for us. Now come to here the main method. In the main method, we should invoke that. We have to invoke here this one. While call menu, put like this. While this is menu handler dot call menu not equal to 3, try to do like this. Okay, so here int choice equal to 0, I put here, while like this here, do loop otherwise we put here, then followed by here, while choice not equal to, while choice not equal to, we take like here, while choice not equal to, this is here in this, while choice not equal to 3, we are going to perform this operation, but whenever it is 3, we exit from that. As long as it is not equal to 3, we try to perform this operation here. Then inside this, we call simply call menu. We take here choice equal to call menu here. This is here. Menu handler dot followed by call menu, will be calling it like this. So menu handler dot call menu, we are going to call that particular thing here. So this is nothing but static method. We can invoke in that way. Now here, with help of this, we try to perform the required operation. So in the case of 1, it should be insertion. In the case of 2, it should be display. So in the case of 1, it has to be, say, whenever we enter 1 here, it is going to be, it should insert data. When we enter 2, it should display data. When we enter 3, it should come out. First of all, whether that is working or not, let us see here. It says like this, insert. 1 you put, again it says same thing. 2 you put, it says same thing. But when enter 3, you come out from that. So the menu part is working fine for us. The menu part is working. So like this, as soon as you finish some piece of code, you need to handle it. I mean, you need to unit test. Immediately you can find out whether there are any problems or not. I have written like this here, class menu handler. In this call menu, I have written, now call menu is working fine. As far as call menu is concerned, it's working fine for us. So therefore, this is fine. It's okay now. Here, you can proceed with the other things. Even if you enter some other values, like 200 you enter, even in such case also, it's working. When you enter 1, it's working. When you enter -1, it's working. Even when you enter ASD, even in such case also, it's working fine for us. So therefore, this is correct now. The menu is working as we expected. When you enter 3, you have to come out from that. You're coming out from the program. Like this, I have written here the code, then I unit tested immediately. This is the very first step you need to do with the coding. As soon as you finish some piece of code, always modularize code. You try to put into modules, the code properly modularized. So once you create some method, test that method immediately. If you test that method immediately, now close it, Mansoor. I closed error list in the bottom. Now you can see here. Okay. So here with this, what is happening? I am trying to invoke the menu handler. I am here invoking here menu handler. So every time the menu is coming up for us. So menu handler is working fine for us. Now next thing what we have to do? We have to go with some other class. Always go with modularity. Try to modularize. Try to create classes. Now here you need to perform database related operations. Right here class DB operations. We can make it as DB operations. You can call this as here DB operations. Then inside this, what you put here is you're trying to make database operations. One is called insertion, other one is going to be here retrieval. One is insertion, other one is going to be retrieval. So therefore, for insertion, let us try to write here. So in the case of DB operations, here write so here class DB operations. Inside this, we try to put data now. Here it is public, then static, followed by here the method is DB operations. So here it is DB operations per category I put here. Separate classes we require per category. Public static followed by here add category. You can take this. This is the name of the method add category, and this must be a bool value for us. We return a boolean value. Add category we take here. So when we invoke this method, category must be added for us. So here write bool b or val equal to, here it is false. Put like this. At the end of this, we can be returning the data. Right here, write return b or val. I assume that the operation may not be successful, so therefore I am trying to return false. But when everything is working fine, at that time you can make it true, and true value can be returned there. Now here next thing, I need to use the database related stuff here. Okay, so for that purpose, I should be reading data for the first of all category name, for the category name, as well as for the category say for the category level, as well as for the supercat ID. I should enter data now. I should enter data for the super category ID. I should enter data for the category name, as well as for the category name. So category name, category level, supercat ID I should enter. Here write string cat name. We make like this. String name, string cat name equal to string dot empty. We can put. We can initialize with the empty method here. So using empty, we can make it empty. String is right now empty for us. Similarly, here cat level C level equal to here it is 0. Next here int followed by question mark we put here, then cat id put like this. So scat id this equal to, we can put it null. This way we can be assigning a value null also. Cat level, this is integer C level equal to 0, and here int question mark scat id equal to null. This is called as here a nullable type. In the C sharp, we can make the variables can be accepting null values. Normally what happens, reference variables they can accept null values, but sometimes even you need to have primitive also. Primitives also must be sometimes accepting null values. So therefore here we can make this type nullable type. Int question mark scat id equal to null. When you mark like this can be accepting a null value for us. It can accept even a null value for us in this. So you can make nullable types like this. Put a data type followed by question mark, then define the variable name. This equal to null you can write. So this is accepting here null values. Normally if you write like this int followed by some p equal to null value, it gives error. When you put like this, definitely it gives error for us. So what it says here, cannot convert null to int because it's non-nullable value type. Here this is what, it's a non-nullable type, but when you put like this here, this is exactly what, it's a nullable type now. You can make even primitive data accepting null values by putting a question mark after the data type name there. Data type int question mark scat id equal to null. So the supercat id can accept now null values. Normally primitive values does not accept any null value. They don't accept null values. But when you take the reference types, they can accept null value. If you take string cat name equal to null, you can assign because that is a reference type of data. Primitive types, they are nothing but value types. Value types normally don't accept null values. But here what I do, int type kept, question mark I kept, scat id equal to null I kept, now it is accepting. So this is called as making data types nullable types. So here you are making the particular variable accepting null values. It can accept null values in this. So this is one more feature in the C sharp. In the C sharp you have seen many features. This is also one such feature. You are making variable accepting null value. Normally with the reference types, it's possible you can assign null value. But as far as primitive type is concerned, even primitive type variables can be accepting null values there. So by using this feature, int question mark scat id equal to null, when you put, it's accepting here null values. And now scat id is what here? It's a nullable data object. Int question mark when you make, this is becoming what? Nullable. But when you take int C level, it's a non-nullable type. Here it is what? Non-nullable type. To the C level, you cannot assign null value, but for the scat id, you can assign a null value. So like this, you have a difference between the nullable type and non-nullable type. When you put int question mark in that particular variable, you can put a null value. So whatever variable you created using this int and question mark, it can accept null value. But without question mark, when you create here a variable, it does not accept null value. You made C level non-nullable, whereas scat id is what now? Nullable. You can put null values even into this. So like this, C sharp is supporting even the nullable types. Why this is required? Example you see, you are retrieving data from the database. In one of the columns you may have null value. You don't know the value may be in that or value may not be. You don't know. So in such cases, if you take a normal variable and to normal variable, if you try to assign the variable data, if it's null, it does not accept, it can be error. But when you make it nullable, in such cases, the value from the database row, in that particular column, if it's null value, straight away the value can be assigned to the variable of the program here. So therefore, with the help of the int question mark, you can make the variable as here a nullable variable. It can be accepting null values. So int C level cannot accept null value, whereas int question mark scat id can be accepting here null value. So with the help of this, you can make variables nullable. you can take null value and you can assign in this. But when you look at the int C level equal to 0, it does not accept their null values. It does not accept null value. Reason, it is not a no, it's non-nullable type. Whereas int question mark, if you take scat id is a nullable type, it can accept null values. Because here every category may not be having supercat id. Reason, few categories may be top level categories. So in such cases you get a problem. Therefore we kept like this, int question mark scat id equal to null here. Like this we made it. Now here, next thing, we need to take data from the keyboard. Here write console dot write line. Please enter a category name. Please enter a category name like this. We take it. Then we need to enter category name here. Cat name is equal to, we put like console dot read line. Console.readline, with the help of that we read for the category. Then similarly here we must use try block. Reason, we are trying to convert cat, then exception ex. You can put like this. Exception can be handled here in this. Now cat name equal to console.readline. Next thing it is console.writeline. Here we write please enter category level. Please enter category level here. So we need to enter a category level. C level equal to, here we write now int.parse, then console.readline. You can read data with the help of console.readline here. So we read data with the help of the console.readline here. Once data is read here. Now next thing, we need to look for the supercat ID. Supercat ID, it can be null or we can enter value in this. So here let us go with this. First of all, take here string choice is equal to string choice we put here. Okay. So string choice equal to okay. String, this one is here, choice, we make like no arrays. So here once again console dot write line. Do you have any supercat ID for this category? Type yes or no, like this. Say it. Type yes or no. We need to enter type yes or no here. Choice equal to, therefore it is console dot read line, and we convert this into uppercase. To uppercase we use like this. To upper we convert. So into uppercase we convert, and then we put in the choice there. Then here we select. If we write here, if what we write in this, if choice equal to choice dot, we can compare this. Compare to, we can compare here the value. The value in this is yes, then equal to 0. In such cases, we read data for the keyboard in this. That is scat ID we have to take here. Write console dot write line. Enter supercat ID for the current category. Okay. For the current category, we put like this. Then here we need to we need to convert that. For converting, we take here. This is going to be scat id equal to int.parse, then console.readline. Console.readline, we can put it. We try to read, then try to assign the value there. So we have taken like this, we are inputting. Then after that, we need to now go with the database. We have to go with the database. So we should be here inserting data into underlying database there. So just try to do this way. First of all, we open the connection. We need to open connection. For opening connection, do like this. SQL connection, object con, this equal to new SQL connection. We need to write like this. It is a connection object we are creating. Now here we need to specify the connection string. We need to specify connection string. For that purpose, server equal to, we should specify the name of the server. What is the server name exactly? This server name, let me put the server name there. It is here alladi-pc, then followed by SQL Express 2008. Like this I can put it. Database, what is database exactly for us? Database name is going to be here, retailer billing DB. We need to put that. This is here, retailer billing DB. This is the database name. After that, I should put here integrated security equal to true, because I am not using here any SQL Server authentication. I am just using Windows authentication. Using this, I should create the connection here. I make connection like this. This is called as normally hard coding. So to overcome this problem, we can use app config file. In the app config file, we can specify that. Now this is what SQL connection we created. Next thing is SQL command we have to use. SQL command this is. So SQL command, before that, try to make here string builder I use. SB equal to, it is here new string builder. I make like this. Then I try to append here. SB dot append. I just want to insert here. Insert into table name I should put here. Into the table name here it is TBL category. This is going to be TBL category. TBL category this is, and what columns I am inserting here is 3 columns. Cat name, then cat level. What is the other column name that I should take here? So other column name is here supercat ID. Should take it. It is here supercat ID. Like this we take. Followed by here it is values. In the case of values, first of all I should specify here the cat name I should take. But cat name should be coming in the single quotes always. It is going to be here cat name as per SQL Server. So now single quote. Then next thing is here category level. Cat level we need to put here. Cat level we have to put. The second one must be in this. Put here plus followed by C level, that is C level. Then dot to string we put this. We convert to string. Try to put there. Plus next thing. So first of all we do add like this. Plus we put here. Then comma we can put this way. So keep in this way time being. Now depending on the choice here, you take here. If scat id not equal to null, so in such cases we do like this. If it's not equal to null, If that is not equal to null, we append it. sb dot append, take this, then followed by here next column we need to set there. We need to append that, but what is that value we are going to append? That one is going to be here scat id dot toString. We can take it toString, put like this here, then plus, followed by here it is bracket closing. So this way we are going to be appending it. Else what we do? Else we write sb dot append. We can take like this scat id, sorry, append. Here it is just null. We can put here, close the bracket. Like this we can be making the, we can make in this way the query string. We are going to make the query, we are going to write. Then now with this we can create the command object. SQL command, it is here object cmd equal to new SQL command. It is make here new SQL command followed by sb dot toString. So we can take string, with that a command object can be created. We created now first of all connection object, then command object we created here. Once we create command object, we need to connect the command with the connection. Object cmd, then dot it is connection. This equal to, it is here, this should be object con. So we are establishing a connection with the command in this. Second thing, we need to go with the command type here. Object cmd dot command type equal to command type dot, this is here text. We are inserting straight away text, that's why we taken it as text here. Object cmd dot command type equal to command type dot text, we have assigned like this text value. So first of all we are connecting connection with the command, then similarly command type we are going to say as text only, because we are not using any procedure here. Straight away we are giving the plain text command, that's why we kept it as text here. We kept text like this. After this we need to open the connection. We have to open connection. Here write object con dot open. You can put like this here. We can open a connection here. We are opening the connection. So once connection is opened, we can make it working now here. Okay, this one SQL connection. We can come to end. Control X we can do, and just outside this we can make it. So come to this point. Then here we have open connection. After that we can be executing it. We can execute here, write if obj cmd, then dot followed by execute. We have here non-query. This is called as execute non-query. With the help of this we can execute a action command. If it is greater than 0, we put like this obj cmd dot execute non-query, then write console dot write line. Console dot write line, category added successfully. Category added successfully. Like this we can be giving a message here. Category added successfully we can put. And here we can use one finally block, irrespective of the outcome, whether it's succeeding or failing, irrespective of that outcome, we need to always close connection. Here write if object con dot connection status, we have here just status. This is state equal to connection status, connection state dot, if it is open, in such cases we need to close it. Object con, then dot close it is. Like this we are going to do this. Due to any reason, if you find any error, in the case of error we need to whenever you have any error, in such cases we need to show the error. Console dot, here it is, write line, then put here message, ex dot message, ex dot message, like this we put here. It's going to be ex dot message. Then here, next thing, before we return, put like this, console dot write line, press enter key to continue. Enter key to continue, put like this. We put like this, enter key to continue. Then after that, console dot read line, this is. We use like this. Now with the help of this, we can insert row here. What exactly we do? First of all, we created a connection object. With the help of this connection class, I can create a connection object which is going to open the connection for the underlying database there. First of all, server is what here, physical server name is this, and this is what exactly, SQL Server instance. I am having two instances of SQL Server. This is what exactly, SQL Server instance. SQL Express 2008 is the SQL Server instance, and database is here what, retailer billing DB, integrated security equal to true. Because I am using here Windows authentication. Whatever user name and password I use for logging into Windows, same I apply here. This is called as Windows authentication. So using Windows authentication feature, I am getting connected with the database. I am opening database with the help of the Windows authentication here. So I have taken like this, server equal to already-pc, SQL Express 2008, database is what here, retailer billing DB, integrated security equal to true. So like this, I am setting these options for the server. After that, here it is console.write line. Please enter a category name. I enter category, then category level, followed by, if there is any supercat ID that I can take, I can put here. Otherwise, it's going to contain, in fact, a null value. When it is not null, in such case, what happens? It's going to add the supercat ID. Otherwise, it can be just putting here null. Like this, we are adding. At the end of this one, I create here a command object. What is the command string we have here? Whatever we have in the string builder, whatever I kept there, I added here. So SQL command, object cmd equal to new SQL command, sp.toString. I converted this particular thing into string here, I kept. After that, I have opened connection here. Object cmd.connection equal to objcon. I am connecting connection and command together. Then I kept here command type equal to command type.text. When you put like this, this is called as text command, or it can be invoked with stored procedure. So this is what exactly, it's a text command we gave there. Then we open the connection. We are opening connection. After that, whenever we execute this, if object cmd.execute non-query greater than 0. So whenever it is returning more than one or more than one row, in such case it says category added successfully. If you could add a category, in such case what happens? It prints category added successfully. Otherwise, due to any problem, if you face any problem, any exception is thrown, it's going to print the message there. And finally, what we write, if the connection state is open, we need to close it, like this we do. And at the end of this one, we write it console.write line. Please press enter key to continue. When you press enter key again, you come to the loop. So like this, here we have written a new method called as DB operations for category. Add category, we have to invoke. Now come to this choice here, depending on the choice value. Here write, if choice equal to is exactly what 1, then try to invoke that method. What is that method exactly? The method is DB operations. We have here for retail billing, DB access for retail billing, that is fine. Class name we have in the bottom, DB operations for category. Okay. Category dot followed by add category, I can be invoking here. I can invoke like this. Else, if choice equal to 2, we don't do anything right now. This way we kept. Else, here once again we use if condition, choice not equal to 3, that is, you put here invalid option selected. Console.write line. Here write invalid option selected. Put like this, then followed by here it is console.readline. Press enter key to continue. We put here, press enter key to continue. Put like this here. Then at the end of this one console.readline, we put this here. It is console.readline. Keep like this. So with the help of this, we try to read now. So this is the program we have written. Using this, we can insert data now into underlying database table. It says like this, insert data. I go with option 1. Please enter a category name. Put like this, books. Okay, please enter category level. I enter 0. So do you have any super cat ID for this category? Type yes, no. So I put no. Cat ID requires here null value, it says. So insert fails. What is the reason? Let us see here. We make it identity element, but we haven't saved it. Since we haven't saved, the problem we face it there. Ultimately, we are getting error like this. Cannot insert the value null into column cat ID because there is a primary key there. Since we made it as primary key, definitely value we have to insert. When we try to insert a value without that, it was giving problem like this. Now once again, go with insert data. Okay, category name is what here? Books. Put like this. Category level is going to be 0 here. I don't have any super cat ID. I press no. What happened here? Category added successfully. Press enter key to continue. Okay, I press enter key. Then when I type 3, I come out from this. I go to database and I try to see in this now. I come to database. In the database, whether that is available or not, I can check here. Select top 1000 rows. It's printing like this. 1000 is cat ID. Cat name is book here. Cat level is 0. Super cat ID is null. Like this, it's printing for us. We could print data like this. We could insert data into this, and with the help of the select query, it is showing now. So what happened here? We could insert a category into the table through the code. Using this piece of code, we are inserting data into underlying table there. For that purpose, we have written a method called as add category. With the help of add category, we could be adding this. So in this process, we need to create connection object, then we need to create command object, then appropriate command also we must give here. What is the command we gave here? Insert into TTL category. So we pass the parameters here, cat name, cat level, super cat ID, and this is what explicit insertion. The command is going to be, the insertion is going to be explicit, not implicit. In the case of implicit, you have to specify all column names, but when it is explicit, at that time, you need to specify the column names there. Cat name, cat level, super cat ID, and first value, second value, and third value, we take like this. Here third value is coming for us. So like this, we have added 3 values, then we try to insert into the table there. Object SQL command, obj_cmd equal to new SQL command, sb.toString. Whatever command I gave there, I converted to string and pass into the SQL command object. Then here, object cmd.connection equal to object con, then object cmd.command type equal to command type.text. Then I open the connection. After that, I try to execute the query. Try to execute. If it is successful, it prints this message. Category added successfully. Due to any reason, if any exception is thrown, it comes to this part, it will be displaying the exception for us. So like this, here we could add the category. Let us add one more category in this. So this is one here, we should be adding another category. Another category can be here, footwear to use. In the case of footwear, category level is going to be 0 here. No, here also I don't have anything, no. So added successfully. Category added successfully. Now press enter key. I want to go with the comics here. So insert here. Now category name is what here? Comics. So please enter category level. This should be 1 like this. Do you have any super cat ID for this category? I have yes. That should be how much? 1000. Category added successfully. Press enter key to continue. So let us quit from here. After that, try to see here how many rows are available totally in this now. Click on this, then select top 1000 rows. It is showing totally 3. Cat ID, cat name, cat level. In the case of second one also, cat ID 1001, cat name is footwear, cat level is 0, super cat ID is null. In the case of 1002, it's comics, cat level is 1, super cat ID is going to be 1000. So like this, we could add here few categories. 3 categories we could add with the help of this particular piece of code here. Okay, so for this purpose, I added one class called as menu handler. One more class I added here, DB operations for category. So here, with the help of the add category method, I am trying to insert data. So this method I have written. Using this, I was inserting data into this. Sandeep, are you following this?
Yeah.
Okay, database, since it's database, it may be a little bit difficult initially to understand all this, but slowly you understand this. Okay, so here, with the help of the add category method, I'm trying to add the category from this program to database. We have taken data from the keyboard here, I entered data, this I put into the database table. So like this, I'm trying to add the category here. I've written a method called as add category. From the menu options, 1, 2, 3 we had there. With 1, I can add category. With 2, what I'm doing there, I can display. I haven't written for displaying now. So just only for addition we have written. And in the case of 3, it's going to be exiting from the application. So using option 1, we are trying to add a category in this here. Mansoor, any questions on this? Foreign key, we can go to the definition, design.
I just like to know that the super cat ID you set that the foreign key. Just I like to confirm how you set it there.
See, through code only. Yesterday we have written some piece of code. With the help of code only, I have created that. So create table, with the create table command, yesterday we have done that particular thing. Using create table command, yesterday's video I share, you can look into that because we create yesterday this particular table. So therefore, with the help of the create table,
Okay.
followed by table name, then you specify column names. Okay, at the end of the column definitions, we added there a constraint fk underscore cat id, then foreign key. In the foreign key, I specified the super cat id as foreign key, then followed by references. So table name is what TBL category, under that cat id. Like this, we can make it. So the table definition, it is like this.
Okay.
Here see create table followed by TBL category added like this here. So here it is cat ID, then this is int, and you can put it as here primary key, made it as primary key, this is primary key column. Next thing is here cat name, then this is here varchar of 100 I kept, then other thing is here what cat level I kept here, cat level int, then this is default what value you take here 0 we take. Next thing is here what super cat id, put like this here super cat id, this is what exactly int. Like this we define the column. At the end of this I have defined here one more call constraint I added, constraint followed by here name of the constraint is fk. I use like this identifier, whatever name you want to put you can put fk, and this is again cat id I kept, followed by this is here foreign key REIGN, foreign key I can keep here. What is the column name here? Column name is scat id. Column name is what exactly? Super cat id. This is okay. Column name is here super cat id.
Okay.
So where it's referring, that references you have to put references. What is the table name? TBL category is the table name. Followed by here, you need to specify cat ID. Like this, you need to create the table. So like this, I am referring the foreign key and primary key. In the same table, primary key is what here? Cat ID. Whereas foreign key is what? Super cat ID. Super cat ID is referring the cat ID in this. Understood, Mansoor? This one.
Yes, I
So
got it.
either by using GUI, graphical user interface you can do, or you can practice like this. But always practice like this. This gives you control, complete command over the SQL query. You need to be using this kind of thing. You should not use much GUI. Graphical user interface you should not use as much as possible. So once you get some perfection, you can use GUI. So GUI is basically made for those people who have a lot of experience. So within no time they can be doing it. But as a learner, you don't depend on the GUI. Getting my point, Mansoor? See, when you
Yes,
learn
I got it. Yes,
everything, if you do from the
yes.
scratch, you understand the intricacies of those because you are not straight away pushed into
Okay.
production. So, I mean, with a lot of patience, these commands, if you practice, then tomorrow you can work comfortably. Once you get experience, once you understand each and everything, to make quickly things, you can use graphical user interface. With that, you can work at the time. But initially, don't depend on the graphical user interface. Vincent,
Okay.
any questions, please? Hello, Vincent. So related to this adding category or calling menu, you have any questions?
No.
No.
Fine.
Yeah, we can.
So, I mean, you need to go through yesterday's video, even today's video, and I'm going to share after some time. You go through those two videos again and again and again, number of times you try to see these things. Because database is going to be very, very crucial. Ultimately, whatever data you are getting, you have to save in the database. So it is going to be really very, very crucial. Therefore, you have to go through all these. Repeatedly, you have to go through all these, and number of times when you review, then everything goes properly into your mind. So first time when you look at this, you understand. I mean, simple only. But next time when you have to do something, at that time you forget. So repeatedly practice all this, then you get the control over it. And here, with the help of the SQL command and SQL connection, I was inserting data into table. The table data is getting inserted successfully for us. Okay. So yes, please. Yes, Sandeep.
Yeah. I have a general question. Like I was not in the class yesterday, and the reason is that because there was a nearby class for programming. I was still need help like with the basic programming, like that we did with the C sharp. I'm little behind on that,
Okay.
and I am like I told you, I don't have any background in IT,
Okay.
and especially no background in programming.
Yes.
So I need actually more time and more tutoring hours, or you can say I need more help on the programming. Like
Yes,
I need
yes, definitely
somebody
I
to
do. Even your morning time
I need
also, sometimes we are available, sometimes Mansoor comes online and we discuss normally. Come online sometimes, even your morning times, I can discuss with you, I can help you like this, Sandeep.
Okay, because I did talk to Khaja today, and
Yes.
he told me to ask you, but I told him I'm actually thinking about taking this training again again whenever they will offer in next couple months, because
Okay.
I'm still grasping a basic understanding about C sharp, and I still have a I mean I can understand through online, but I need like somebody to have like a help with me and sit with me, and then then I learn a little faster
Yes.
that way than actually doing it through this online. That's why
That's
I
the
wanted a
see.
little bit more
You
time.
during your morning time you come online. Your morning times you come
Okay.
online. At that time we can discuss more and more on that. If you have any issues, how to proceed further. Also, I can help you. If you cannot ask questions here in this session, your morning time somewhere around my time 5 p.m. like that. 5 p.m. is going to be how what's the time for you? 6:30 something like that or 7:30. So be available at that time. I can spare some time with you like that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking about that, but like I said, I'm thinking about doing this again, and I probably need a little bit more time to do that.
Okay.
I do
I
have
can
some
take it, no
question like,
problem. But practice continuously,
yeah,
Sandeep. See, you feel like that, but after some time, definitely you may not take more time. You are feeling initially like that, but as you progress, as you proceed, so definitely you will not be taking much time. But have only first thing, confidence is required very much. That's the only thing in this.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I do have a passion, but to learn it, but like, I wish if there was like somebody that can like sit like behind, like aside me, and then I can ask him questions
Yes,
by
yes.
then,
So
and
that's
then
why
like,
I'm online around
yeah,
5 p.m. of my time. That's my Skype ID. Anjali Schools is my Skype ID. Just add my
yeah,
Skype ID, please.
yeah. I did added you on there. I was
Okay. Then
not sure like,
today be available at 5 because at the time I get some time around 1 hour, 1.5 hours. So we can discuss at the time all those things.
okay, yeah. I was not sure like what time works best for you,
Yes.
but like mostly I'm little behind on C sharp,
Okay.
and SQL I still need help on the SQL as well.
Yes.
There's a lot of other things areas that I still
And
need
one more thing actually, now around 10:45 my time, sorry, 9:45 my time, we have one session related to SSAS, SQL Server Analysis Services. If you want to attend that particular session also you can attend. Analysis services is part of actually data warehousing. If you want to attend that, you can attend, you can grasp something, I'll send you invitation.
Okay, okay. I will try to see if I can do that.
Yes. Okay. So we meet tomorrow. Then just go through the. Yes, yes. I'll send. I'll send Mansoor. I'll send it. So we'll meet tomorrow. Then other thing is I'll share these two videos. You can go through them.
Yeah, can you send those videos as well?
Yes, yes, yes. I'll send it. I mean,
Thank
Vincent,
you.
do you have any questions?
No question.